So at the end of my last video, I said Officer is arguably the worst class in Star Wars Battlefront II EA, and I take that back. It is definitely not one of the worst. In fact, I think it's one of the best, but it doesn't top Heavy class in my opinion. So the Officer class. It's more of an objective-based class. It is more of a support. You're not really meant to go around and slay people like Assault and Heavy and even Specialist. It is there to help allies, to heal allies, and control the battle. The reason this class is more objective-based and support-based is because his super, his L1, R1, or LB, RB if you're on Xbox, is a heal for allies around you. You could also heal yourself if you have the star card for it, which is what I use, which is what I recommend. He has a flashbang grenade, which I did switch out for a homing shot for a little bit, but I went back to it because homing shot's garbage. So keep the flash grenade. The flash grenade is so fucking obnoxious. And then the Officer also has a turret, which is very useful. So when it comes to star cards, I use the purple rarity version of the improved battle command, which makes your heal / shield, whatever you want to call it. It makes it stronger, and you can put it on yourself, which is great. I use resourceful, which lowers the cooldown on all your abilities, which honestly for Officer, that's probably the best thing you can ask for. So you can use your heal more often, you can use your turret more often if it's destroyed, and you can use your flashbang more often. And as always, I use Bounty Hunter. Honestly, I use Bounty Hunter on every class because I think it's pretty good. Primary weapon is your decision. It's up to you. You can unlock the better weapons by completing the milestones, which I have not. I use what's default. Play around with it, figure out what you like. So let's get into how to play the Officer class. So Officer, like I said, it's an objective-based class. So what you do, you go to the objective, you place down your turret by the objective, and you stick with your teammates, and you put up your shield whenever you spam it. Honestly, spam your shield whenever you can, because you never know what could happen. If your team plays the objective, it's even better. You can do it single-handedly. I have won games where I planted the charge and did what I had to do by myself, had a turret down, and just killed people. It does depend on skill level, but ultimately, if you have a good team and they play the objective, you could give them that bonus health, that bonus shield. You could have your turret down on the objective just in case a stormtrooper or a rebel slips through. Officer is extremely useful in every single match. You don't necessarily have to be directly on top of the point and be like a main target. You could be outside the point. You could be kind of around it, set up a turret, and just hold a choke point. If you know the choke points on the map, you know the map, you can dominate. And speaking of dominating, if you have a hero on your team, someone like Darth Vader or Luke, or someone that's kind of immobile, follow them and constantly give them a shield, because I am telling you, it'll pay off immensely and you guys will dominate together. Now let's sum it all up. You have your heal, you have your turret, you have your flashbang. Throw your flashbangs in corridors and tight areas. Place your turret down by the objective. You can play around the objective, set up choke points yourself if you really want to. If you have a team that plays the objective, make sure you spam your heal ability. If you have a hero on your team, try and locate them and stick with them and constantly give them a bonus shield, because again, heroes can really get melted quickly in this game, so it'll be worth it. As always, thank you so much for watching. The next video I make will be an overall tips and tricks video, because I have learned quite a bit from playing a lot of this game, and I mean a lot. I'm halfway to the level cap already. It's an incredible game. After the tips and tricks video, I'm actually gonna have a guide on the Death Trooper, because the Death Trooper is one of the best things you can play as in this game, I'm telling you. After that, I'm gonna have a guide on the Specialist class, which will finish off the main classes and the guides for them.